Okay, great. I think the previous session was like setting up a foundation for what I was talking about. So AI chatbot, conversational AI, all of these things, right? So, thank you for the introduction. My name is Anila Rao. I'm the VP at Haptic. We are a conversational AI platform, right? And I think, when I see the topic over here, big BFSI future tech, right? Everyone's thinking, okay, something into the future. Okay, everyone's talking about metaverse. But I'm actually going to talk to you about a topic that's in your hands today, right? It's the future tech, but happening right now, happening today. And that's actually WhatsApp, right? Now, when we talk about WhatsApp, we're all thinking, okay, typically everyone has it, right? 1.3 billion in India, 575 million people are on WhatsApp, right? Typically with brands, what do? You make the user come to your website, you make the user come to your mobile app. That entry barrier is actually very, very high, right? But compared to someone, in a tier 2 city, tier 3 city, like villages, towns, the masses, I don't think they have this ability to keep downloading multiple apps. And how much is the storage that one even has in the first place, right? I know people actually delete apps to download apps. It's like so difficult. So we can't have such a large entry barrier to even interact with them, right? So the solution that I'm proposing today is very simply WhatsApp. And I'll tell you what you can actually do with that. Let's take a BFSI example, right? So all of you are thinking about doing your IT returns. We have a couple of days left. So imagine, I was interested in getting like a tax saving mutual fund, right? I would go to like an online investment platform. Probably I just would Google search. I would reach their website, search for a couple of things, and maybe like I had other things to do. I end up dropping off. Very common, everybody's heard about this issue. People come and then they drop off, right? So it's an onboarding issue, it's a customer acquisition issue, right? But what if I get a WhatsApp message which says, hey Anila, you have dropped off, you can continue the process right here on WhatsApp. And then it just starts, right? It makes it very conversational. I start putting my documents, whatever verification is needed, everything, right? And I actually make that transaction. I buy that tax saving mutual fund. And imagine for like support related thing, I probably want that document for my returns, right? I can just like message directly on WhatsApp, get that document that I want and continue that cycle, right? Tomorrow, probably there's something else that comes up where it says, you know what, Anila, you have done like tax saving mutual fund. Do you want to build your portfolio? Do you want to do something, right? So this is the whole life cycle, right? You want to be able to influence your user, from pre-purchase, purchase to post-purchase, right? So it's almost like your business is running on WhatsApp. I know so many newer companies, no other channel. The entire business is running on WhatsApp. For that company, it's not the physical outlet, it's not the mobile app, it's not even the website. It's this interaction on WhatsApp that's so crucial. So let's take this example. Kotak Life doesn't need any other further introduction, right? So firstly, check that. Can you see the green tick on Kotak Life? This means it's verified. So WhatsApp is so particular that we don't want it to become like an SMS channel that's just like, full mass messages coming in. They're very careful. They want to keep this like a very, very good channel of interaction, right? So Kotak Life had to do a lot of things to get that green tick so that me as a user, when I interact with them, I'm confident, right? I'm confident, it's secure, there's enough information security, no worries at all. So I could just come in and say hello. And what Kotak Life is actually sort of able to do is, hey, come here, have you dropped off your process? You can upload documents, you can, make your claims, or you can just like check for plans, right? And they say, hey, these are all the different plans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have child plan, retirement plan, tell me what you need, right? Now, in this technique, what we're doing is we're helping the user get information, but while providing that information, we're also collecting, the user's name, whether they smoke, they don't smoke, male, female, so that at the end of it, we can create some value for them, right? It's not just about coming in, taking the user details. Nobody likes that experience overall, right? But here, it's very calmly collecting this information in a very conversational manner. And it says, look, 25 lakhs cover at 610 per month, 50 lakhs cover. And it's sort of nudging you with more information. So such a classic customer acquisition example where someone is coming in, interacting on WhatsApp, getting information and happily sharing their details, right? And just look at the results overall with Kotak Life, right? Can you see that 36% lead conversion? So many people come to me, and this is the common problem, right? They say, you know what, Anila, on our website, we have all these like millions and millions of users, 4% engagement, 6% engagement. You know how painful that is to somebody in marketing to see those percentages? So when they say, how can we increase the engagement, right? It's through, chatbots like these where you're making it conversational, you're grabbing their attention, they want to actively give their details, right? So such a powerful example overall, and think of this as the brain. This brain can be deployed across so many channels, right? But you want to make WhatsApp that core channel. Of course, Kotak Life is on the website as well. So this was like a baby example, right? Very basic, right? Simple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to see a really cool one. And while this was customer acquisition, this next example is generating revenue, right? WhatsApp is generating revenue directly for this customer. And it's a beautiful commerce example. It's actually Upstocks. All of you would have seen it. I feel so proud when I'm watching IPL and it says Upstocks everywhere. So it's a proud moment. But this is an example of an actual transaction where someone is coming in. It says, hey, my name is Yuva. How can I help you? Do you want to open an account? Do you want to do an IPO? So we have sort of taken away the phone number for this video purpose, but it's giving the number. You can also, transact on different numbers, right? Give that OTP and we'll verify you. So an OTP comes through so we know for sure. And then it says, okay, do you want to see an IPO app status? Then that's as simple as, your application status, it's customer support, right? But this is actually applying for the IPO. Here you can see Nykaa is the one that's available, but there could be a long list of IPOs that are available. So this individual is actually picking Nykaa. And all of the details, like so simple, so easy, all these details are coming, refund initiation, demat transfer, when was the listing, and immediately, right, like we're saying, apply now, they're asking what is the bid price, right? So many options, again, very straightforward. WhatsApp is ensuring UI, UX done very straightforward, right? Like buttons, menus, lists, there should be no issues in picking things up, right? They're selecting the number of lots that they want. So what you're seeing here is, this entire process that you would have probably done on like an app or a website, it's being done so easily on your phone, right? And you can see over here, when they say proceed, give your UPI ID. It's going to the UPI ID, that way transactions are happening. Again, we have hidden that for security purposes, and accept, proceed, all the terms and conditions. You need to validate all of this, accept the terms and conditions. And check this out. Remember I told you about the cycle? Once they have made the transaction, push them into the next thing. You can check the status, right? So it keeps going, and that's how powerful this whole example is, right? So truly, I feel, Upstop is riding the WhatsApp commerce revolution. It's such an apt sentence. They're doing everything so ahead of time. They're ensuring they're the first ones to try this out. And Srini, the co-founder at Upstocks, I actually asked him saying, what is it that you like? Because they're doing the full customer life cycle through haptic, right? And they said, Anila, we have something called a happiness rating, right? They have their own, forget CSAT, forget NPS, they have something called happiness rating. It's more than 95%, right? And that's why we like the solution overall. And for me, that 85K customers onboarded, that's in 1 month. That's the clincher, right? 85K customers onboarded. And I think for everybody, the amount of money going into, customer acquisition channels, your Google, your Facebook, I can't even imagine how much a marketing team spends, but here you're diverting it and using it so effectively. So while you saw those two examples, so many more, right? So many more in BFSI. You can see IndusInd over there. Paisa Bazaar sends millions of notifications a day, right? They're like grabbing your attention. Anila, check your credit score. Make that purchase, right? You can see over there, Zurich as well. Zurich is using this for support, is using it for acquisition, because such a simple requirement of theirs was that, people are coming and they're not giving us their details, so we don't know how to call them back, right? Such a simple requirement. All these visitors completely wasted, right? So this is an example where, Zurich is pained by having the visitors but not being able to convert them. And I think for me as a user as well, when I give my name, my phone number, I'm giving my area, so the right agent is calling me back, right? I'm giving the right information so that when they interact with me, it has to be quite valuable overall, right? And I know all of you will say, you know what? Okay, great, AI chatbot, all these capabilities, BFSI is unique, right? I've heard this so many times where they're like, BFSI is unique. And that's why I was like, we're going to have a slide to show all of, the key BFSI customers so that you understand that absolutely BFSI is unique. We do have unique solutions for them, keeping in mind all of your requirements, right? And that's why, when you come to someone like a Haptic, you'll be actually able to get a BFSI specific chatbot overall. So you are sold, assume, and you want to know how you can start, right? So you can start by thinking, where do I want to start with, right? Which is the outcome I would like to drive. So very typically people go for that engage, which is all the customer support use cases, because it's so well defined. You know you can go do that automation, ensure that your response time increases, your resolution goes through the roof. So you can ensure that that's like a starting point, complete automation, and CSAT, NPS improves, right? But a lot of the examples I showed you was about acquisition, right? Use this as a channel, acquire those customers, convert those customers, right? Generate revenue through your chatbot. I think it has to be quite a milestone in your organization when in your P&L there's a line item which says WhatsApp for generating revenue. Delight, of course, is re-engagement, right? People come, they interact, and then they drop off permanently. How do you bring them back? Send them a notification, keep them engaged, tell them about new things, make it very personalized. In the panel before, everybody spoke about customization, personalization. On WhatsApp, think about it, you know who I am. You have all of my details. What a better way to customize the experience for me overall, right? So these are all the things you can do. And of course, my lovely team that's sitting outside. So this is us, and happy to help in any way we can. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.